Whether you're looking to buy or even sell your home, you might be weighing out your options.
For sellers, property values are up, and for buyers, fall and winter season is typically less competitive. For the inside scoop on the real estate market, we're joined by broker and owner of Realty Executives Home Towne, Locricchio. Thanks for coming in, Frank.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So let's start off, generally speaking, what's the state of the market right now?
It's confusing. Yeah, it's inventory's down even from last year, but prices are up. So if you're buying, there's some challenges, but things are sitting a little longer. So there's definitely opportunity if you're a buyer right now.
Timing can always be a little bit tricky, right? As we kind of head into the holiday season. If you're not in a rush to buy or sell, what's your advice on timing?
Yeah, especially if you're a buyer right now, rates are, still pretty high. If you're not in a rush, you're really looking for the key things, the must-haves right now on the property, because you're probably not going to get everything you want. And I wouldn't worry about rates too much. You're going to be able to refinance pretty soon, and we expect the rates will drop in the next year or so.
In the next year or so, okay, so that's a prediction. All right, so inventory now is still pretty low, and typically in the winter and fall months, inventory gets even lower. So do you expect more of a crunch?
Yeah, it's the inventory we don't see like jumping up. We might not see that jumping up even next year. Right now, you get a little creative. So if you are a seller, you don't want to have a bunch of work to do on your house if you're selling, right? You want to get that stuff done before you put it on the market, because buyers don't want to do any work, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
So turnkey houses get top dollar and sell quicker than any other properties. If you're a buyer and you can do some work, there might be the key of opportunity for you, because those homes are sitting longer and they're less competition, and we're seeing back to negotiations and seller concessions and things we've seen 4 or 5 years ago. They're coming back into play.
And so taking a look a little bit past the holiday season, right? If you've got a crystal ball and you're looking at January, where do you see things kind of falling into place in the new year?
Yeah, I think we're going to see still low inventory. We hope rates will start creeping down beginning to spring of next year. So we don't really see them going anywhere between now and then. We're going to be in the mid-sevens. So rates are concerned because it eliminates how much buying power you have, right? But for sellers, it's always going to be the same thing. Your competition is the turnkey house. The quicker you can get your property ready, the better and more opportunity you'll have to sell for top dollar.
All right, you mentioned interest rates, obviously concerned. They're pretty high, the highest they've been, I think, 20 years. So for somebody looking to buy now, if they're turned off by the rate, you did mention you can do some more negotiating now. So rates will fall, prices will probably, they might go up, or you might get into bidding war. So do you actually lose buying power, perhaps, if you wait a year and the rates go down? Like, is it still a good time to buy?
I think it's more important to think about buying now, because rates may be high, but prices are higher, right? And they keep going up because inventory is driving prices up. So where we think you'll be able to refinance your rate pretty soon, that price is just going to keep creeping up on you. So your buying power might be worse in a year from now than it is currently.
It's hard to stomach that because the rates are so high. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, great term is date the rate, marry the house. I've been hearing it all over the place, and that's really it's key right now, because you might not be able to get out of where you want to be if you find that turnkey house, but that rate you're going to be able to adjust it in a year or so. So look for the best opportunities.
Hey, the timing is always everything. So for families who typically wait until, let's say, like the school year lets out, or try to time it out so that they kind of move in June, July, right, when the kids are out of school, when do you start looking? When do you start getting your ducks in a row?
You start right away. If you're a seller and you have property to get rid of, what does that look like? Do you have any major work to be done on the property? Do you have the capital to do that property? There are bank programs out there to help fix your property up to get it ready to sell. And then if you're a buyer, what's your credit look like? How's your income? What's your job look like? So the sooner you start looking at that, if you have hurdles, the more time you have to work on those hurdles.
And when it comes to Detroit, the metro area in particular, I know you say inventory is low now. It will probably pick up in the spring as usual. What do you see trends going forward maybe a year from now? I mean, you said you think interest rates will fall in the next year. Does that mean automatically more homes just pop on the market?
No, I think we're going to have an inventory crunch for a while. We didn't build enough houses, and we have a bunch of young buyers coming to the market. The difference will be the style of properties that start coming up and what those look like for the future buyers. Maybe not, the big, huge mini mansions, more of the, younger buyers want homes in areas where they can work and play, right? But ultimately, buyers are looking for a few things. If they can focus on what's the most important to them, and maybe they're going to settle on the first house or two, just focus on location and layout, because you can't really change some of those things. So
interesting time in the real estate market.
It really is. Yeah, confusion for sure. Thanks so much, Frank. We
Thanks
appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate you dropping by this morning.